So, what if I told you that building wealth isn't some kind of accident? What if it follows laws? Laws that are just as real, just as predictable as, say, gravity. And here's the kicker. What if the manual for mastering those laws was written thousands of years ago in ancient Babylon? Well, that is exactly what we're going to get into today.
And this whole story, it starts right here, with a guy named Jim Rohn. You've probably heard of him, legendary speaker and entrepreneur, hitting absolute rock bottom. I mean, he wasn't born with a silver spoon. He was just like so many of us, right? Working hard, but his bank account was empty, and he had absolutely no clue how to get ahead.
But just look at this, a total transformation. In only 6 years, he goes from completely broke to a millionaire. So how did he do it? Was it luck? Did he win the lottery? Nope. It was all about discovering and actually applying a few timeless principles from a really, really old book.
All right, so let's get into our first section, a broke man's discovery. You see, Ron's big turnaround started with a super unlikely mentor, this ancient book that, honestly, he was pretty skeptical of at first.
But you know, as he started reading, it just hit him. He had this profound realization. Truth doesn't have an expiration date. These simple parables, they weren't just dusty old stories. They were a literal, step-by-step manual for taking control of your financial destiny. And they're just as powerful today as they were thousands of years ago.
Okay, on to lesson number 1. And this one is huge. Pay yourself first. It sounds so simple, right? But this one idea, it's the foundational habit that completely rewired how Rohn thought about money.
This one phrase from the book just hit him like a lightning bolt. Start thy purse to fattening. I mean, it sounds a little old-fashioned, right? But in today's language, it just means pay yourself first. It's so simple, but it is the absolute opposite of what almost all of us do. Think about it. For most of us, this is the drill. Paycheck lands, and who gets paid first? The landlord, the grocery store, the credit card companies, everyone else. And we get whatever scraps are left over, if there are any. But Babylon's path? It flips that script completely. Before a single other person gets a dime, you pay yourself. That first 10% is for you. You are your number one priority.
And look, the point isn't to get rich off that first 10%. It's about building the habit. It's about establishing the discipline. Ron had this thought, if I can't be trusted to manage a single dollar, why on earth would life ever give me 1,000? When you start small, you prove to yourself that you're ready for more. And trust me, that feeling of progress, that's the best motivator in the world.
All right, lesson number 2, make money work. Because let's be real, saving is just the first step. A pile of cash sitting in an account doesn't really do anything. The real magic happens when you turn that pile of savings into a powerful money-making army. So this next principle, it's all about action. It's not passive. The book says, make thy gold multiply. Your savings, your gold, it has to be put to work. I love this idea. Idle money is like an idle employee. It's just sitting on the couch, not producing a thing.
And this simple image just perfectly captures the mindset shift you need. Think about it. Every single dollar you save isn't just a piece of paper. It's an employee. It's your first worker, ready to head out into the world and start earning money for you.
So, how do you build this army of dollars? It's pretty straightforward. Step 1, you send that first dollar out to do a job. You invest it. Step 2, when it comes back, it's not alone. It's brought back some friends. Those are your earnings. Now, here's the crucial part. Step 3, you don't take those new friends and go shopping. No way. You send them all back out to work, the original dollar and all its new buddies. And that, my friends, is the simple miracle of compounding. Now, Ron learned something really important here. He saw that too many people are chasing financial mushrooms. You know those get-rich-quick things that pop up overnight, and then they're gone just as fast? He realized that real wealth, the kind that lasts, is built like a tree. It's slow. It takes years and years just to grow the roots. But once that tree is established, it's strong, it's permanent, it can last for generations. Okay, on to our third and final lesson. Guard your treasures. And let me tell you, you can do the first 2 lessons perfectly, but if you ignore this one, it's all for nothing. This is your defensive game. It's all built on one simple, powerful truth. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Think about it. You've worked so hard to build that habit of paying yourself first. You've been patient, letting your money multiply. The last thing you want to do is lose it all. So this warning, guard thy treasures from loss. It's all about protecting yourself from your own carelessness and your own greed. Yeah, the book warns us to beware of the wolves. And these wolves, they're sneaky.
They show up looking like amazing opportunities. They're the get-rich-quick schemes. They're your buddy who has a can't-miss idea but zero experience. They're any promise that just sounds way too good to be true. But you want to know what the most dangerous wolf of all is? It's usually the one inside your own head. That little voice of greed and impatience begging you to take a shortcut.
And this is such a powerful way to think about it. Every single dollar you have isn't just a number on a screen. It is a piece of your life. It represents the hours you worked, the sweat, the energy, the actual life force you traded for it. So when you lose money carelessly, you're not just making a financial mistake, you're literally throwing away pieces of your own life.
All right, so let's bring this all together with the ultimate reward. After all this work, what's the real prize? Is it just a fatter bank account? Not even close. The real treasure is something that can never, ever be taken from you.
And this is maybe the most important distinction of all. There's a huge difference between knowledge and discipline. Knowledge is just knowing these principles in your head. Discipline is actually living them, turning them into habits. I mean, pretty much everyone knows they should save more, right? But very few people actually do it. And closing that gap between knowing and doing, that's everything. And this whole journey led Rohn to a totally new definition of wealth. He realized true wealth isn't about the gold in your account, it's about the wisdom in your mind. It's about the person you become along the way, the character you forge. It's what happens when knowledge gets turned into rock-solid discipline. And this, right here, is the ultimate test. Because look, money can vanish, the market can crash, a business can fail. But the wisdom, the habits, the discipline, nobody can ever take that away from you. Rohn knew that if he was stripped of every penny tomorrow, he wouldn't panic. Why? Because the real wealth, the real fortune, was already in his mind. He could just build it all again. So, what this all means is that you can stop blaming the economy or your boss or bad luck. Building wealth is just like farming. A good farmer doesn't sit around complaining about the weather. No, she understands the laws of the harvest. She prepares the soil, plants the seed, waters it, pulls the weeds, and she knows with absolute certainty that if she follows the laws, the harvest is inevitable. It's not magic, it's a process. So in the end, it all just boils down to this incredibly simple, timeless formula. Step 1, save. Step 2, invest. Step 3, guard. And the secret sauce? Step 4, repeat. That's it. Do it consistently, month after month, year after year. So you see, building a fortune isn't some big mystery. It's a formula. It's a law, just like gravity. The book is ancient, but the principles are eternal. They haven't changed one bit. So the only real question left, the one Jim Rohn would be asking you right now, is this. Now that you know the formula, what are you going to do about it?